Hey guys, welcome back to MFO. I've got a neat episode, and quite honestly, this one was all Megan's idea. She was with me the other day. We were out fishing, and she was sitting in the seat reading a book, and I'd catch one, and I'd flip them back in the water, catch another one, flip them back in the water, and she's like, how come you don't care for your fish? How come you don't gently put them back in the water? And my response was, I don't think it really matters. As long as I'm not slamming them into the water, I really don't think it matters. Well, I decided to come out and test that theory out. We're going to use the underwater drone, and we're going to throw fish in a variety of different methods, and we're going to see whether those fish, how they react once they get into the water. So I think this is kind of interesting, guys. Stick around. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to MFO, everybody. I'm Mark Fisher. So like I said, we're going to test to find out whether the way you release fish really has anything to do with their survival rate. Do they react differently if you throw them in the water, if you get down like an MLF angler and gently release them, if you do different types of things? And let's check it out. So guys, right now I've got like 5 or 6 different fish that we're going to throw in different ways. Bill's working the drone, so he's going to kind of watch underwater and see how those fish react. And then we'll come back and talk about it after that. So let's get to releasing fish. All right, so this is our first fish, and I'm going to do just a I don't care, and I'm going to drop it in the water. All right, this is our second fish, and this one I'm gonna do, I like to call this the torpedo. I'm not gonna get down near the water, but I'm gonna release them head first. I like to use this one when I'm fishing. If I'm fishing deep, I want to give these fish a head start going down deep. All right, this is our third fish. And this one I'm really gonna just flip them. I'm gonna be like, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna pay attention to caring for the fish at all. Almost a belly flop. I think this is our fourth fish, and this one I'm gonna do MLF style, below the gunnel before I let him go. All right, we got a smallmouth here, and again, I'm just going to drop them in. All right, I'm going to do another one. This is our last fish, and I'm going to do this one like I did before with the torpedo, just kind of putting them into the water. Try not to hit the gunnel like the last one did. So I'm not sure what you saw there. And Bill, when you were the cameraman, when you saw it, did you see any real difference at all?
No. When you do the MLF, they sort of swim away nice and easy. As you drop them, they just take right off.
They take right off. Yeah, well, and I would say that the MLF method is good. The only thing that I think I said this while I was doing it, I prefer to kind of torpedo them in, and the only reason I prefer that is if you're fishing fish that are deeper, doing that MLF method, they can be up on the surface, and if they've got an air bladder that's kind of full, it can be tough for them to muscle their way down into the deep. And if you torpedo them in, you're actually giving them some gravity and some head start to get down, to start swimming down. Does that make sense? And so that's kind of what I prefer to do. But I don't know that just tossing them in really matters. I think they hit the water and they start swimming pretty much right off the bat. So I'm curious as to what you guys think from a standpoint of a non-fishing person like Megan watching. She looks at that and says, oh, you're being cruel to the fish. So from a standpoint of, you know, goodwill towards people who don't really know, maybe it makes sense to either bend down and drop them in, or to bend down and do the torpedo and kind of, you know, let them go that way. I'd love to hear your comments on this, guys. I've never seen a video like this out there, so I'm hoping that this is kind of unique. Please share it with your friends. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't, and we will see you again tomorrow on another episode of Mark Fisher Outdoors. Take care, everybody.